What's up, YouTube? What's up, Miami? What's up, Dolphin fans? We got the dub in week 1, beating the New England Patriots 20-7 at home. We knocked their ass off early to start the year. That's what I'm talking about. And listen, y'all can complain, say whatever y'all want. I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups, different Dolphin fans Facebook groups, and it's some haters out there. It's haters out there that's gonna complain and say Tua didn't throw the deep ball this game. Tua missed a couple passes. We got the dub. I don't care about none of that. We got the dub with this win. It already puts us in good position in the division, tied with the Buffalo Bills, who look legit again this year in the win against the Super Bowl champ Rams on Thursday night to kick off the league. And I can't lie, Josh Allen, he looked like he might win the MVP again this year. You know, we got to find a way to stop the fucking Bills, man. We got to stop them. But I'm glad the Jets lost. We needed them to lose that game. Even though their running game does look potentially scary with Michael Carter and Breece Hall. Michael Carter made plays. I wanted us to draft him. He would have been probably a better running back than whoever we got on the roster right now, besides Raheem Mostert. But, you know, there's things that we need to get cleaned up before we face those teams. But I'm glad that we got the dub. Tua is now 4-0 for his career so far against Belichick. Hell of a start considering Bill's reputation for making young quarterbacks look incompetent and ridiculous on the field. He's the only quarterback that can say that he has a 4-0 record against Bill so far. So congrats to Tua. Congrats to Mike McDaniel and his new coaching staff for their first win in the regular season. And I think that this team not only looks like it's going to be interesting to watch and exciting on the field, but you could tell that the players themselves are excited to play for this team and to play for this coach. And not saying that they weren't excited to play for Flores, but you could just tell that the vibe is just different. I mean, it's evident. There's a clip of us on YouTube in the locker room post-game, and you could just see all the players excited, giving the coach a Gatorade bath in his first game. They did it with bottles, though. They didn't, you know, I wish they would have did it with the with the jug, but Chris Greer was in there. He gave the coach the game ball. So far, so good. And like I said, I don't care how we get the win against New England, as long as we get the win. I mean, and we got to be honest, like Buffalo is a major threat. You know, they're a problem. We got to keep pace with them. We can't get behind in the division early, and we got to hope that other AFC teams can get them some L's this season. I liked what I saw in all three phases. However, I do have some minor concerns, which I'll talk about. But let's break down each quarter, starting with the first quarter. Patriots received the ball to start the first half. And on their first series, Mac Jones opens up in shotgun single back set, and he completes a pass to Jacoby Myers. Next couple of plays, they attack us with the running game. And Damian Harris, he gashed us on a few misdirection inside zone runs. And then they followed that up with a good gain from a toss play to Ramondre Stevenson down the right side. And I can't lie, I was getting kind of nervous because they was able to just move the football via the power rush. And you could tell that was their focus in this game. Power ball and try to attack Nick Needham as much as possible. And I also noticed this quarter that they wasn't afraid to go after Xavier Howard either. They never shied away from him. But X did cause a turnover in the first series. They tried to go deep, and he deflected the ball, and Javon Holland was able to get the turnover. Now, I'm happy we got that turnover, but Xavier Howard, you normally get praise, but on that play you was holding, bro. I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm glad the refs didn't call it, but you was holding. So, but you still made a good play. You know, you held on the side that they didn't see, so that's good. But we mixed up our 3-4 looks on defense, even though I think we did get pressure on Mac, he was still able to find weaknesses in our coverage. And, they did a good job with their blocking scheme. And I like how they used their running backs. They had a 1-2 punch of Damian and Ramondre. And I think that's a concern. We definitely got to tackle much better in the interior and get that shit cleaned up fast. Because even though the Jets lost, like I said, I like how they running game look. And that's going to be a problem. And I think we need a power running back. I still think we need a power running back after watching this game. Tevin Coleman is out there. We need to he was in San Francisco. He knows Mike McDaniel's scheme. He knows how to be a power running back and a power receiving back in this scheme. So I think we may need to look at adding him to this team and maybe cutting or sending Ahmed or one of them to the goddamn practice squad. We need a power in this game. There was a lot of times on 3rd and short where our running backs didn't convert. We need a power running back. Second quarter, Tua's first series in the second quarter ended in a punt, and our defense stepped up and got us our first touchdown. Patriots was at the 10, and Boyer sent safety Brandon Jones on a blitz off the edge, and he forced a fumble. Melvin Ingram got the scoop and score, but Brandon made that shit happen. I mean, since we drafted him, he's been an excellent blitzer from either side. It really don't matter. And he runs at the quarterback with so much speed, with so much bad intentions that I think that's what creates errors and mistakes. That put us up 10-0. And again, Josh Boyer knows what Belichick doesn't like. This coaching staff knows what Belichick doesn't like. And safety pressures are the things that makes Mac Jones throw bad passes. He throws them late. It's been working. I like the formula on defense. I think we got the Patriots number on defense. I noticed Kader Kohu made a tackle for loss this quarter. What a steal. What a steal by Chris Greer. Kader Kohu is going to be a stud on this team. He might end up taking Eric Rowe's position too. Even though I like Eric Rowe and we need to keep going with him. Kader Kohu is up and coming. That play in the first half with the Jalen Waddle touchdown, with Mike McDaniel showing guts and deception on 4th down, going for it. Waddle showed off the acceleration on the post pattern that he took to the box, wilding his way there with speed and just putting us up 17-0 before the half. We didn't see the bomb this game, but I promise y'all it is coming. It's coming. When teams watch the film, they gonna have to deal with these plays that Mike drew up this game because they scouting us, and they better have a plan. When they try to key up on the Yak game, that's when I think we'll be able to air it out and go up top. It's coming. I know y'all want to write y'all comments and make negative comments about it's coming. The deep ball is coming. Maybe next game, maybe in week 3 or week 4, but it's coming. We pretty much look like, in my opinion, we look like a Shula 80s team this game. And what I mean by that is, you go back and look at the 80s tape of Marino. We had good running backs. I don't care what nobody say. Tony Nathan, Andre Franklin, Overstreet, they was good backs. But Shula knew the skill set of Marino. He knew that his quick release was the strength of the offense. So he utilized his running backs as receivers. That's what we did this game. Chase Edmonds had receptions. Raheem Mostert had receptions. And look at how we used our wide receivers in the running game. I see the deception, Mike. I see what you're trying to do, dog. And it looks good. Defensively, I think we tightened up better against the run in the second quarter. But we still gotta get better there. Third quarter, Patriots safety Kyle Duggar was a problem and made plays against us. He was really a problem the whole game, and he forced 3 and outs and stopped some of our drives. Defensively in the third, they attempted to beat us on passes to Devontae Parker in the red zone, but we was able to prevent him from getting off, which I think, that was that was definitely key because they was definitely trying. Now, here's what I noticed as far as the difference with how they use Devontae Parker versus how we use Devontae Parker. When we used Devontae Parker and we was throwing deep balls to him, we was throwing it when we were at our own 10-yard line or at our own 15 to 25-yard line. And yeah, he did catch the deep ball, and that may have gotten us to their, in their territory, but it didn't get us a touchdown. If you look at, y'all saw this game, when they threw the ball to Devontae Parker, they threw it to him in the red zone or close to the red zone. That's how you use tall receivers. Belichick knows how to do that. We didn't know how to do that. Even though we beat the Patriots this game, they gonna win some games this year. And Devontae Parker gonna have some good games. But we shut that shit down. Fourth quarter, we got 3 more points on the board to give us 20 points. And we pretty much spent the rest of the quarter stopping them from getting close. And we kept the lead to win this game. And like I said, y'all focus too much on the deep ball. Tua managed the game. Yeah, he had some passes that he missed. And that pass that he threw to Tyreek, where Tyreek had to go up and get it. Yeah, I get it. It was an errant throw, but Tyreek made a play. He threw it to the man that can make a play. Tyreek made a play anyway, and it still kept the drive going. So with any quarterback, y'all saw, I posted Marino's first game highlights. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that his first couple passes were turnovers. So it happens to the best of quarterbacks. I know y'all want to nitpick on little things like that. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, there are some passes that I think there's some things that Tua could get better at. But overall, he had no turnovers. Regardless what coulda, shoulda, woulda been, he had no turnovers. He had 1 touchdown. He had over 200 yards, over 250 yards. And if you look at the other quarterbacks around the league, like, I think Tua played better. He played better than Dak Prescott this week. He played better than some of these other quarterbacks that y'all be crowning. Look at their stats. So haters gonna hate, but we did our thing this week. Let's look at the game time stats. Passing leaders, Tua went 23 for 33, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, like I just said. He got sacked 3 times this game, but I only blame the O-line for 1 of those sacks. The other 2, I think Tua held the ball too long, which could have been due to either great coverage or no separation from the receivers, or a combination of both. But Tua is also to blame. I think he needs to throw the ball away. Throw that ball away, Tua. Like, you throw the ball away, man. He lost 28 total yards from those sacks. He had a QBR of 77.7 and a 104.4 rating. Accuracy. That shows you the accuracy right there. As far as accuracy goes, I got 2 all day long. That's what Tyreek said. That's what he showed, especially on that Waddle touchdown. Look at how he threaded the needle between 2 defenders to fit that in there and get the ball right in stride to Waddle on the run so he can be at full speed getting to the paint. And that's what he did. He got in the end zone on that play. Y'all look at the bombs too much. A pass like that, not every quarterback can make. That's a big boy throw in a tight window in the West Coast scheme. Jerry Rice took passes like that to the house too. Y'all better recognize, man, this is football. Like I said in the previous video, in the preview video, he gotta avoid throwing late down the middle. Avoid throwing late down the middle to it, because at some point it is gonna be a pick, and hopefully not a pick six. One of the plays that I told y'all that I don't like is the fake toss pass play. Mike, we either need to take that out of the playbook or run it when it's in like less than 5 yard situations, like when we on 2nd and 2 or 3rd and short, something like that, where we've set them up with the toss. We've ran the toss maybe in the first quarter at some point, and we've gotten good yardage off of that on 1st and 2nd down. Yeah, we could run the toss play on 1st and 2nd down, not the fake toss pass. Because every time when we ran it in preseason, there was always a defender right there. And to me, that's going to turn into a fumble, a negative play. You know, one of the linemen might bat the ball down and get it intercept. I do not like seeing that play. I don't like us running that play. If we going to run it, don't run it. I don't like when Mike McDaniel chooses to run that play. Run the toss play and get some yardage first. That's what the Patriots love, running the toss. Every time we play them, when we played them last year, they ran the toss play in the jet sweep. They love running that. That's a staple in their offense because they run a variation of the West Coast as well. But look at when they run it. They run the toss play. They run the fake pass toss play when you least expect it. Rarely. They mostly just run the toss. But when you bite on that, they're going to be able to catch you on that fake. So when they run it, it's better than when Mike McDaniel has been choosing to run it in preseason and the regular season. But that's the only thing I don't like. But we were effective in the running game. Effective, but not consistent or dominant. And I thought both Chase and Raheem did an excellent job in the passing game as receivers, and were just as dangerous as the cheetah and the penguin in the open field, in my opinion. I say just as dangerous, not as productive, but just as dangerous. If you look at their rushing numbers, it looks shitty. But if you watch the game, you know that both came up big on certain plays to keep drives going. Chase Edmonds had the most rushing yards with 25 off of 12 carries, 2.1 yards per average, no touchdowns, no fumbles. Mostert, Wilson, Waddle, and Hill were involved in the running game on jet sweeps, which I like. They did. Mike did that with Deebo Samuels in San Francisco. And I could tell that for Coach Mike, the running back utilization and creating deception is more important to him right now than yardage, which I understand, but I do want to see dominance and consistency at some point this season. When I analyzed the wide receivers and the tight ends, Gesicki was missing in action this game. You know, he did not make no plays, and really Durham Smythe was more utilized this game, and it'll be interesting to see how his play looks as we progress, because this game Durham was the tight end that we leaned on pretty much more than Mike. We didn't see Eric Nzukoma in this game, but what we did see was a lot of what we wanted to see out of the trio of Hill, Waddle, and Wilson. We used Wilson in different motion actions, and we ran multiple plays from him as well. Like, I seen him motioning, in kind of a, around like the right side of Tua, and we were able to catch him on some different plays as well. I think our wide receivers and the passing attack is going to be the strength of this team. 9 players caught a pass from Tua, so Tua was spreading the wealth. Reek led the way with 8 receptions for 94 yards, 11.6 average. No touchdowns, but he was a problem the whole game. His speed, I guess seeing highlights from the Chiefs, you see the speed, but watching a whole game, like, his speed is second to none. That screen play that he caught where he bounced off the blocker and then got to the left side with a quick burst down the left side, that was a good example. I think Mike got him involved early and often. Chase Edmonds had 4 wrecks for 40 yards in the passing game. When you combine that with his 25 yards on the ground, you can see his all-purpose ability. So I like that. I thought the O-line played good enough for us to win. If I had to grade them now without analyzing the film, I would say I would give them a B-. A B-. I know y'all probably gonna kill the O-line, but I give them a B-. Let's take a look at the defense. We had 64 total tackles, 40 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, 3 quarterback hits, and a touchdown, and held them to 7 points. So I think even though we did get hurt in the running game, I get a defensive B. I give them a B. And the big fish ballers of the week, let's take a look at this list. I went over 10. I want to keep it to 10, but I had to go over 10 this game. I know, you know what? I'm not going to start with 2. I'm going to start with Kader Kohou, man. Kader Kohou was a big fish baller this week. Made that hit that he made to jar the ball loose. That was a turning point in the game. I got to give him props. Props to Chris Greer as well for this pick. Tua Tagovailoa makes this list. Brandon Jones, the best player. He was the MVP of this week, of this game. Brandon Jones definitely makes the list. Chase Edmonds makes the list. Raheem Mostert makes the list. Melvin Ingram makes the list. Emmanuel Ogbah makes the list. Javon Holland. Robert Hunt was pancaking folks in the blocking game this game. I noticed that on the O-line. I think him and Teron Armstead did a great job. And Connor Williams, even though he had a high snap this game, which he got, man, same thing from practice translated to the game. That got to get cleaned up as well. Still, I think Connor Williams actually had a pretty good game, other than that high snap. Cedric Wilson makes the list. Xavier Howard makes the list. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Justin Bethel on special teams makes the list. Zach Seiler, and I put Jason Sanders on the list as well. Next week, we fly to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Last year, we beat them, which I'm going to talk about in the preview, and I'm glad we beat them last year. That was a good change in the direction of this franchise, because the Ravens been them and the Bills have been our biggest problem as far as trying to get into the playoffs. The Patriots, we got their number now. You know, we were splitting games in the season with them. Now we're sweeping the Patriots. Like, I'm not worried about New England. It's the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs that we got to worry about in this division. So that's all I got for this video. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all thought about the game. Let me know what y'all think about this season. I know y'all excited just like me. Yeah, it's going to be some haters, but we don't give a damn about the haters. Fins up, 305, Miami-Dade. Let's stand up. We got us a team right now. Till next time, signing off, TBFN. Y'all know what it is.